Hello everyone, namaste. Oh, perfectionism. Can anybody relate to perfectionism? At some point or another, I think we all can, right? In our lives, there's always been times when I know I can. Perfectionism is fear. It could be fear of failure, fear of success. But it's a form of self-sabotage, limited to one's perception of what perfect looks like. And in the case that I was just describing, it was Hollywood, that was telling us what perfect was. What is perfect to you may be irrelevant to others. So take into consideration what the right way really is. It's just your perception. So perfectionism comes from an egoic idea that we should be flawless at what we're doing, which is basically impossible, right? I mean, if we're a human being, we're not. A few personality traits of perfectionistic people. It's all or nothing thinking. If it can't be perfect, I won't do it. And then also another trait is unrealistic standards. Goals are often set out of reach. This is why my little pet peeve is about to-do list, right? Because people have these big old long to-do lists. And in my view, they set themselves up for failure because they're too long, right? You set yourself up for success. You take that, 50 line and take 3 out of there and say, I'm going to do these 3 today. And that way you have realistic goals. At the end of the day, you have something to say, hey, I completed my to-do list, because it's something that you can achieve for the day. It's not something that's 30 items long, right? So there's nothing wrong with creating a to-do list, but take the items out and put them, for the day. This is what I'm going to achieve for the next day or for the next hour or however you want to do it. But don't set yourself up for failure by having a to-do list that you wouldn't even be able to achieve in a week and try to get it done in a day. Be careful of the labels, right? Oh, I'm a perfectionist. That's just the way I am. I've always been a perfectionist all my life. As soon as we say I am, that's an affirmation. I am, blah, 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 blah. You are affirming something. That's an affirmation. That's what affirmations are. We usually hear them, in more of the positive, but we are affirming all day long with our inner talk. I am, right? So we want to be careful what we put after I am. Perfectionism is more of a personality trait that you developed and attached to, partly by saying I am. So don't hold real tightly to that. If you feel that you're a perfectionist, where it's affecting your life, don't hold so tightly about I am this and I'm always been this way. Technically, perfect is unattainable in the human realm. It's transitory. It's always changing depending on the perception. And actually, the only place perfection exists is in the divine realm. How do we let go of perfectionism? Most of the time, it doesn't really matter. Just pick something. Just pick something to complete. Don't get so locked into making a decision. Just make it. I find myself saying that a lot. A lot of times, my response is, does it really matter? I mean, does it really matter? But I bet you, if you ask yourself that throughout the day, I bet you at least 90% of the time, if not more, it's not going to matter. It's just not going to matter. In the grand scheme of things, it's really not going to matter. So strive for progress and not perfection. Take the pressure off of yourself. Let go of trying to be perfect. You can't do it anyway. It's no such, unless you're in the divine. So we can try being authentic instead of perfect. You think about this, whenever you begin to rationalize why your way is right, why is that? Why is my way right? My way is right. Why? Well, I've always done it this way. Then the next question is, does it matter? So put things in perspective. If you're putting any kind of conscious attention into being a better person in any way, you're doing it beautifully. That is the reason that we are on planet Earth, is to evolve, right? Evolve our consciousness. So whatever you're doing, if you're putting any kind of conscious effort into it, then you are evolving. Because most of the time, we're not putting conscious effort into it. When we put a conscious effort into anything, we're making a difference, not only in our own life, but in the lives of those around us. Being happy doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means you've decided to see beyond the imperfections. So being happy doesn't mean everything is perfect. I like this. It means you've decided to see beyond the imperfections. So Helen Keller is attributing happiness to be able to see beyond the imperfections. This little light of mine. Yay, that was a good one. Namaste, my friends. Thank you so much for coming.